Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ernesto Casillas, and welcome to Allen Hancock College Women's Hoops, as the Bulldogs have a Western State Conference showdown today versus Cuesta College. Cuesta College women's basketball team comes into the game averaging 50 points this season, and the Lady Bulldogs are averaging 67 points. And we will begin action momentarily here as India Dowling Green will man the tip-off for the Lady Bulldogs. And Alex Paquette will start us off. On the floor for the Lady Bulldogs tonight, starting is Paquette, Taylor, Blankenship, Calderon, and Dowling Green. And Kayla Taylor will draw the first foul of this contest. Foul will go against Cuesta Cougar Abigail Lacey, her first team foul for Cuesta, as Taylor hits the first one. And Taylor makes them both. Kayla Taylor, a local player from Lompoc High School. And now Cuesta College will get the ball. Messier with the ball. She finds Watanabe. And it looks like Cuesta will retain possession. Refs call a jump ball, and it'll be Sydney Howe, a 5'7" freshman from Lakeport, California, Clear Lake High School, to inbound, as Cuesta misses the first field goal attempt. And Watanabe will not get that shot off on time. Lady Bulldogs force a shot clock violation, and Taylor will be the inbounder. Taylor inbounds to Calderon. Calderon, tied for the assist leader on the Lady Bulldogs at 3 assists per game, along with Alex Paquette. Paquette goes inside. Lady Bulldogs lose control, and it'll be Sam Watanabe with the ball for Cuesta as it goes off a Blankenship, and it'll be Cougar basketball. Howe will inbound to Breo, and it'll be Messier for 3, no good. Up to Dowling Green. She's on a fast break going against 2 black shirts. Nice little stutter step. Shot is no good. Calderon gets the rebound. And Blankenship with the jumper. Calderon gets it, and she'll draw the contact. And Calderon will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And Calderon makes the first. Lady Bulldogs up 3-0 early on in the contest. And Calderon makes them both. Make that 4-0. It'll be Maria Breo with the ball for the Cougars. They go inside to Howe. And it'll be Lacey for 3 off the iron. Dowling Green with the board. And it looks like the foul will go against Sam Watanabe. That'll be Watanabe's first personal and the 3rd team foul for the Cougars. As they go inside to Calderon, she's underneath the basket, gets blocked by Breo, and Lady Bulldogs will reset the possession. And Paquette goes right, bounce pass to Taylor, left-handed layup, and Dowling Green gets the offensive glass. And Lady Bulldogs will get another shot at a possession. Blankenship with the 3, No good. Taylor almost gets the board, but Breo will come down with it for the Cougars. And the Cougars still looking for their first field goal of the contest. Watanabe swings it to Miss Lear. No good. Paquette gets the board. And Paquette's going to go all the way, and she'll get called for the traveling violation. 7:11 to go here in the first quarter. Lady Bulldogs 4-0. No team fouls for the Lady Bulldogs, 3 for the Cougars. Cougars come into tonight shooting 35% from the field and 29% from long range. Watanabe goes inside under the basket, no good. Lacey gets the board. And Missler will fire for 3 and get her own board. And the referees will make a call as he approaches the scorer's table. Lady Bulldogs shooting 37% on the season and 30% from long range. As Coach Scott will bring Mallory Branham into the game and Maya Mendoza, as Dowling Green and Calderon will get a breather. Howe inbounds to Breo. And Lacey for 3, no good. It'll be Mendoza who gets the board. And Branham finds Taylor, who was streaking towards the basket. Left-handed post move, good by Kayla Taylor. And Coach Blair from Cuesta has seen enough. He'll call a timeout. We'll be back after these messages with Allen Hancock College Lady Basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lady Bulldog Basketball as Lady Bulldogs host the Cuesta Cougars tonight in a crosstown rivalry. Lady Bulldogs got the best of the Cougars when they went on the road to face them at Cuesta. We'll see if they can go 2-0 on the season as they currently lead 6-0 with just under 6 to go in the first quarter. And it looks like Maya Mendoza will get called for the foul. That'll be her first personal and the Lady Bulldogs' first team foul. As Abigail Lacey, a 5'9" freshman forward from Arroyo Grande High School, will get 2 shots at the line. And she'll make both of them, finally putting the Cougars up on the board, as Branham will control the ball for the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Bulldogs swing it around the three-point line. Go inside to Mendoza. She's working against Watanabe. And Maya Mendoza Off the iron. And Paquette was going for the ball, but it'll be Cougar basketball. On the court for the Lady Bulldogs, Branham, Calderon, Taylor, Paquette, and Dowling Green, as Branham tips it as well. 2:03 to go in the first quarter. It'll be Cower with the shot, no good. And Taylor with the board. Paquette up to Calderon. She'll get this screen from Dowling Green and a nice little pick and roll. Taylor with the board, and she gets the putback. And Dowling Green will get another offensive board. Looks like Dowling Green may have got pushed. That'll be Watanabe's second personal and the fourth team foul for the Cougars. As both coaches will make substitutions, in comes Blankenship, and out goes Branham. Paquette will inbound for the Lady Bulldogs. And Calderon dribbles right. And Paquette will shoot for three. Blankenship gets the board. And Lady Bulldogs will reset. Calderon dribbles right. And she'll get pushed by Daisy Hummel, a 5'4" sophomore from San Luis Obispo High School. That'll be Hummel's first personal and fifth team foul for the Cougars. And Calderon makes the first, putting her team up by 6 now. Lady Bulldogs without number 5, Cheyenne Tell tonight. And Heather Knutson will check in for India Dowling Green. Lady Bulldogs lead up to 7 now, as Breo hands it to Missler. And Blankenship will get the steal. Gonna take it all the way to the rim and gets it. Chloe Blankenship with the effort on defense and offense, putting her team up by 9 with just 30 seconds to go in the first 10 minutes of action. Howe for 3, and a nice little bank shot by Sydney Howe to end the Lady Bulldog run. And it looks like Calderon might have the last shot here of the first quarter. Paquette now dribbles right, goes inside against the sea of black shirts. Gets in the post, puts up the left-handed layup, no good. And after 10 minutes of action, Lady Bulldogs lead here at home versus the Cuesta Cougars 14-8. We'll take a timeout and see you momentarily for the second quarter of action. You're listening to Lady Bulldog Basketball, Allen Hancock College Athletics. Welcome back for the second quarter. Lady Bulldogs hosting Cuesta College. Lady Bulldogs 16-7 on the season and 5-2 in the Western State Conference coming into tonight. As it looks like Cuesta Crystalline Beato will check in for them as she shoots it, no good. Knutson gets the board, finds Calderon. She's up to Blankenship, and Chloe Blankenship. Paquette gets the steal. It's back to Blankenship. She'll hand it to Taylor. And it looks like Maria Breo will draw the charge. That'll be Taylor's first foul, first team foul for Lady Bulldogs, as they lead here by 8. Lacey will set the screen, gets the ball back, takes the jumper, and she gets the lucky bounce. Cuesta within 6 now. As Paquette will bring the ball up the court for the Lady Bulldogs. And Blankenship with the ball now. Shoots the long-range 3, no good. Taylor fights to keep it in bounds, but Cougars recover. And Breo looks like she's going to go all the way to the hole. And Hummel will shoot for 3, no good. And it'll be Cougar basketball. Missler will inbound for the Lady Cougars as she finds Howe. And it'll be Lacey for 3, no good. Howe gets the board, puts it back up. Another offensive board for Cuesta as Breo will reset, dribbles right, goes inside. Finds Howe for 3, no good. And Branham finally gets the board for Lady Bulldogs. And she'll slow things down, let her team get set. Waves off Calderon. Paquette will get the screen from Blankenship. And Taylor with the spin move, and she'll draw the foul. And Kayla Taylor will go to the line to shoot 2. That'll be Lacey's second foul for the Cougars and their first team foul. And Taylor misses the free throws. It'll be Carr who gets the board. And it'll be Paquette who comes up with the steal for the Lady Bulldogs. And it looks like it'll be Cuesta basketball. Dowling Green will check in for Lady Bulldogs as Calderon will go to the bench. Breo will go against Blankenship. Gets the screen from Carr, but she goes right instead. Carr tips the ball. She loses it as Dowling Green goes full steam ahead and will draw the contact. That'll be Sydney Howe's first personal foul, second team foul for the Cougars. And Dowling Green makes the second one, putting her team up by 7, with just 7 minutes to go in the second quarter here. Missler gets the screen from Carr, finds Howe. She'll go back to Missler. And now they go to Beato. She loses control as it's blocked by Taylor. And Paquette will dive on the floor to get the ball. Possession arrow will favor the Lady Bulldogs. As Paquette will bring the ball up the court. Branham gets the screen from Taylor. Blankenship for 3. Off the front of the rim. Dowling Green gets the board. She's putting on a masterpiece tonight, folks, on the offensive glass. She'll take the jumper as well. No good. As Taylor hits the floor, and it'll be Cuesta basketball. Howe will inbound it to Breo. As she'll get a double screen, goes right. Missler dribbles right. Looks like Blankenship may get called for the block. That'll be Blankenship's first personal, second team foul. As Howe will shoot it. No good. Branham gets the board. As Paquette will set up the offense, passes it to Blankenship. Branham will work against Breo, dribbles all the way inside. And now Breo will come the other way. Missler for 3, no good. As Taylor gets the board. And Coach Scott will call a timeout. We'd like to take a moment to thank our corporate sponsors for Allen Hancock College Athletics. Thank you to Home Motors Chevrolet, Coast Hills Credit Union, Raising Cane's, California Electric Supply, and the Community Bank of Santa Maria. Thank you for your support of Allen Hancock College Athletics. We're back for AHC Women's Hoops. Lady Bulldogs hosting the Cuesta Cougars tonight as they lead by 7 halfway through the second quarter. It'll be Calderon with the ball. Dowling Green now goes inside. And there'll be a blocking violation by Sam Watanabe. It'll be Watanabe's third personal, as Coach Blair will get her out of there and put Beato back in, as Dowling Green will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. She'll hit the first one. And Dowling Green will make the second one as well. Lady Bulldogs up by 9 now, 19-10, with 4:45 to go in the second quarter. Braille gets the screen, takes the jumper, bounces off the back iron. Dowling Green gets the board. Who else? Blankenship calling for the ball. As it'll be Cuesta basketball now. As Missler will handle the ball. And Howe will take the three and hits the three. Sydney Howe. As the Cougars are now within 6 points. Branham finds Dowling Green inside. Goes inside to Calderon. And turnaround, little fadeaway is good by Giselle Calderon. Lady Bulldogs 21, Cougars 13. 3:50 to go here in the second quarter. As Missler goes inside, almost loses control, finds Howe for three, and Dowling Green gets the board. All the way up to Blankenship, as Blankenship will make the field goal. As Chloe Blankenship has really gone off offensively tonight, and you can see it on the scoreboard as the Lady Bulldogs are up by 10 here at home against the Cougars. And Chloe Blankenship gets the steal. She's a one-woman wrecking crew. As Branham will get the offensive board, and Lady Bulldogs will reset the offense. As Brea will get called for the foul. That'll be Brow's second foul, fourth team foul for the Cougars. Branham inbounds to Calderon. Taylor works the post. Left-handed hook shot is good. Lady Bulldogs up by 12 now. As Missler will work against Branham, and Blankenship has nowhere to go. Howe dribbles left, goes inside, is met by Dowling Green and Taylor. And India Dowling Green will get another board. She's off to the races, will slow things down. And Blankenship will shoot the three. As Calderon gets it off the glass and will hand it to Branham. Just 2 to play here in the second quarter. Lady Bulldogs up by 12 against their crosstown rival, Cuesta. Branham goes inside for the layup. Taylor tips it to Blankenship. And Branham will shoot the three. And now it'll be Beato of the Cougars bringing the ball up. And Breo goes all the way to the rim, no good. Taylor gets the board. Branham to Calderon, to Blankenship. Missler with the ball now. And she'll draw the foul. Foul will go against Taylor. Her second personal. Third team foul for Lady Bulldogs. As Alex Paquette will check back in, as Chloe Blankenship will get a breather. She certainly deserves it after this first half, offensively and defensively. Now they go to Beato. Breo thinks about the three, puts it back on the wood, and she'll go to the line for an and one opportunity. as Breo will go to the line to convert the three-point opportunity. And Cougars within 9 now, as we're under a minute to play here in the first half. Calderon goes inside and gets the bucket, as the Lady Bulldogs respond right away after that three-point opportunity by Breo. Each team with the possession left, as Paquette will tip it away from Missler. She'll take it to the rim for the layup, and it's good. Paquette, nothing but nets, and the Lady Bulldogs lead 29-16 against Cuesta. Breo looks to her coach for the call. As Paquette will wait for her, she fights through the screen. And Missler will not get the shot off in time. And Lady Bulldogs have a dominating first half performance here at home versus Cuesta. The gym is packed. Get over here if you can to the Joe White Memorial Gymnasium. We got a little halftime show going, and the men's basketball team will also host Cuesta today at 5 o'clock. I'm Ernesto Casillas. Will be back for the Lady Bulldogs' second half of action. You're listening to Allen Hancock College Athletics. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ernesto Casillas here with our executive producer, Brian Dill. And we're bringing you AHC Women's Hoop from the Joe White Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Allen Hancock College. We'll take a look at some of the first half scoring highlights. And my favorite highlight is India Dowling Green having 8 boards for the Lady Bulldogs in that first half of action. Blankenship, Taylor, and Calderon all having 8 points respectively. And over for the Cougars, Sydney Howe leads her team with 6 points. As Cuesta will get the ball to begin the second half, Paquette, Taylor, Calderon, Dowling Green, and Blankenship. Coach Scott will go with his starting 5, and we're underway for the second half of action. Make sure you stay tuned as men's basketball will be shortly after the women's game at 5 o'clock. Brayo finds Howe, who bats it to Taylor. Another turnover by Cuesta as Blankenship will go to the rim, and Chloe Blankenship just hit the 10-point mark in this contest. She leads all scorers, and Lady Bulldogs are up by 15. Watanabe goes inside. Ball is tipped by Dowling Green. Cuesta has not had an answer for Dowling's Green defensive prowess and her prowess around the glass. And Taylor will get the board. Looks like it might be a jump ball, but it's going to be Lady Bulldog basketball. As Paquette will inbound to Calderon. Lady Bulldogs swing it along the three-point line. They go inside. Taylor will step back outside. As no-look pass from Calderon to Taylor. Taylor for 3, and she gets the bucket. Taylor showing her long range, and now the Lady Bulldogs lead by 18. And it'll be Missler who thinks about the 3, puts it on the hardwood, takes the jumper instead. A nice move by Olivia Missler. Calderon to Blankenship. She'll work against Missler. Gets the screen from Taylor. Calderon dribbles inside, takes it to the bucket, and nice left-handed ice cream scoop layup as she gets the ball in the hole, and Lady Bulldogs back up by 18. Traveling violation by Brayo as she knew it. Another turnover by Cuesta. It'll be Lady Bulldog basketball. Paquette gets the screen from Dowling Green, but she doesn't take it. She takes it to the hole instead. And Cuesta will get the board. Brayo goes inside. And let's see what the referees call. Make sure you stay tuned to Lady Bulldog basketball on Instagram. You can follow them at AHC Women's Hoops. And make sure you come to the Joe White Memorial Gymnasium on Wednesday the 8th as the Lady Bulldogs host Moore Park College. And then on the 17th of February for their final home and final conference game of the season versus Ventura at 5 o'clock. And Blankenship will get the board. Paquette's going to bring it up, and it'll be a traveling call against Blankenship. She wasn't expecting the pass from Paquette. And it'll be Cuesta ball. as Howe will inbound. And another traveling violation, this time against the Cougars, as Branham has now checked in for Dowling Green. Branham for three. Off the front iron, no good. Calderon gets the board. And Lady Bulldogs will get another possession as Branham calls back for it. She wants another shot. Passes it to Paquette. Paquette goes inside, takes it to the rim. No good. As Sydney Howe will come up with the board. And Braille will work against Blankenship. Passes it right to Paquette. Another steal for Paquette. It's up to Blankenship now. And Chloe Blankenship adding to her points total here. Coach Blair has seen enough. And for 3 minutes and 47 seconds into the third quarter, we'll have a timeout here. You're listening to Allen Hancock College basketball. We'll see you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back for Lady Bulldog action as they host their crosstown rival, Cuesta Cougars, here at home. Lady Bulldogs lead by 20, 38-18. And Missler thinks about the three. Branham goes for the steal. Watanabe passes it to Howe, and Blankenship will get the board. The ball will end up in Branham's hands, as Coach Scott will call the play, and Branham will work against Howe. They go inside to Taylor, back to the basket, and it's going to be a foul against Abigail Lacey. It'll be Lacey's third personal, as Kayla Taylor will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And Taylor makes the first. And it'll be Missler who gets the board on the missed free throw. And Briatto will go inside, no good. Mendoza gets the rebound. And Lady Bulldogs up by 21. Giselle Calderon for three. Bounces off the back iron. Missler over to Watanabe. They find Missler in the corner. Beato now. Watanabe with the jumper. No good. Beato gets the board. Cuesta will get another opportunity. But Chloe Blankenship says no thank you. Steals the ball. And it's Lady Bulldog basketball. Mendoza gets the bounce pass. It'll be a traveling violation. Shout out to Lady Bulldog Softball, who is 2-0 on the season. Make sure you go to ahcbulldogs.com to get the full schedule for softball and baseball this season. And come check out a game. Beato now with the jumper. It's in and out. Mendoza gets the board. And Branham will bring it up to court. Quarterback pass to Blankenship. Calderon for 3. No good. As Howe will get the board. And Knutson goes for the steal. And nice pass from Missler, but Lacey will miss the field goal. And Lady Bulldogs putting on a defensive clinic here. As Blankenship dribbles right, finds Knutson. Mendoza calling for it inside, back to the basket, goes up, puts it up, and it's good. She says, get off me to Watanabe. And we'll take a timeout. Lady Bulldogs lead by 23 at home versus Cuesta. You're listening to Lady Bulldog Basketball, Allen Hancock College Athletics. We'd like to take this moment to recognize the sponsors of Allen Hancock College Athletics. Special thanks to Mountain Mike's Pizza, Oxford Sweets, Giffen Equipment, Duplicated Business Solutions, Juice It Up, Cool Hand Luke's, and Me and Ed's Pizza. Thank you for your support of Allen Hancock College Athletics. We're back for Lady Bulldog basketball as Lady Bulldogs lead 23 at home versus Cuesta. Lady Bulldogs looking to go 6-2 in the conference. They're already 5-2. And Missler will take the 3. It's no good as Branham fights for the ball. And it'll be a scrum. And it looks like Cuesta will maintain possession. There's a foul called against Maya Mendoza, her 3rd team foul. 3rd personal, excuse me, 2nd team foul for Lady Bulldogs. Watanabe passes it to Howe, who gets it to Lacey. She goes around Dowling Green, puts her shoulder down. And it looks like Mendoza might have gotten called for her 4th personal, which will force Coach Scott to go to his bench and put in starter Kayla Taylor. It'll be Beato inbounding for the Cougars. Branham pokes it away, gets the steal as Lacey tries to rip it from Knutson, but she can't. And it'll be a foul against the Cougars. Let's see what the referees call. That'll be Lacey's 4th personal. She's got 1 left, and we still got 12.5 minutes to play in this contest. Lady Bulldogs up by 23, 2:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. Branham gets the screen from Taylor. She goes right. Shot is no good. It'll be Cougar basketball. As the ref calls a foul against Taylor, who was just going for the ball. But it'll be Taylor's 3rd personal and 4th team foul for the Lady Bulldogs. Beato passes it to Watanabe. She takes the jumper. Taylor gets the board. Paquette's off to the races, and she'll draw the foul. Foul will go against Sydney Howe. It'll be her second personal, third team foul for the Cougars. And Paquette, nothing but net, will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And she'll make 1 out of 2. Lady Bulldogs up by 22 now. Less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Cuesta hasn't been able to find an answer for this front court of the Lady Bulldogs. As Howe takes the jumper, no good. Taylor gets the board. And Paquette will take it to the rim. And Lady Bulldogs will maintain possession. As Blankenship will check in for Taylor. Branham inbounds to Paquette. She dribbles right. Takes it to the rim and gets fouled. And she'll go to the line to shoot 2 again. That'll be Jessipawan Carr's first personal. And the 4th team foul for the Cougars as Paquette gets nothing but net there. And now puts her team up 26 with 1:23 to go in the third quarter. As Calderon will go to the scorer's table to check in. Beato dribbles right. Passes it to Howe. And Branham goes for the steal, but it goes out of bounds. Cuesta will have 7 seconds left on the shot clock to get a bucket. As Calderon will check in for Paquette. One second left. Missler barely gets the shot off, gets her own rebound, and puts it back in. And Calderon gives it to Branham. They're looking for Blankenship. Back to Branham. She dribbles right, goes inside, puts it up and draws the foul. And the Lady Bulldogs have done an amazing job fighting to the basket, drawing the contact, and going to the line to maintain this lead. That'll be Howe's 3rd personal foul. As Branham makes the first. And Branham makes the second. Lady Bulldogs lead by 26. 46-20. As Watanabe throws it to Blankenship. She's on a fast break, but she'll get called for the push. And that'll be Blankenship's 2nd personal. And Cuesta will get the last shot of the third quarter. Watanabe takes the jumper. It's no good. And after 30 minutes of play, the Lady Bulldogs lead by 26 at home, 46-20. You're listening to Allen Hancock College women's basketball here in Santa Maria, California from the Joe White Memorial Gymnasium. We'll be with you for the final 10 minutes of play. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back for Lady Bulldog basketball. 10 minutes left in the contest. Lady Bulldogs lead 46-20 over the crosstown Cuesta College. Lady Bulldogs 16-7 on the season. They'll face Moore Park here at home next on Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Make sure you get your tickets at ahcbulldogs.com for that game. And Missler will shoot the three for Cuesta. No good. Branham gets the board. Branham gets the screen from Knutson. And now Calderon goes inside, finds Dowling Green for the pick and roll. She'll draw the contact and go to the line to shoot two. It'll be Carr's second personal and the first team foul for the Cougar here in the final quarter of play. As Dowling Green makes the first free throw. And she'll net them both. Lady Bulldogs 48, Cuesta Cougars 20. 9 minutes left in the contest. As Missler gets the ball from Watanabe, throws up the jumper. But Dowling Green says, gimme that. And she goes inside to Blankenship, who will now reset the offense for the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Bulldogs moving the ball around the three-point line. Calderon takes the jumper from the free throw line. It's no good, and it'll be Cougar basketball. 8:27 to go in the fourth. And Cuesta will turn the ball over. It'll be Lady Bulldog basketball as Mendoza and Taylor check back in for Dowling Green and Knutson. Calderon with the ball now. Branham for three. Off the front iron. She goes for her own board. She almost gets it back. But the Cougars get it, and it'll be Missler on a fast break now. Up to Breo. Back to Missler. And Howe will shoot the three. No good. Calderon will get the board. .7:25 to left in the game. Blankenship gets the screen from Taylor. And it looks like there's an offensive foul called against Taylor. That'll be her fourth personal. As Paquette will check back in for Blankenship. And Breo will have the ball for the Cougars. Gets the screen from Lacey. Missler juggles it. Branham gets the steal. And Taylor will take it to the hole and one. Hands on the hips. Crowd loves it. She'll go to the line for a three-point opportunity. And Abigail Lacey has just fouled out of the game, folks. Watanabe with the board off the missed free throw from Taylor. Breo gets the screen from Howe. And now, unfortunately, Taylor has fouled out of the game. As Coach Scott will bring in Knutson to replace Taylor. And Sydney Howe will be the inbounder. Goes inside to Missler. Puts it up, no good. Paquette with the board. Taking it all the way to the rim. But it'll be Carr who gets the board for Cuesta. And traveling call called against Breo. 6:21 to go in the contest. Lady Bulldogs 50, Cougars 20. As this is all but wrapped away. Stay tuned with us as the men host the Cougars as well at 5 o'clock. Foul called against Carr. It'll be her second personal, third team foul, as Branham will go to the line to shoot 2 buckets. And she makes the first one, extending this lead to 31 points. Looks like it'll be a lane violation. That won't count. 6:12 to go in the contest. Breo hands it to Watanabe. They find Missler. Inside to Howe. Free throw line jumper. No good. Mendoza gets the board. And Branham will be the ball carrier. Paquette dribbles right, goes inside, and gets the buckets. Lady Bulldogs 53, Cougars 20, as we're almost halfway through this final quarter. And it looks like Breo will draw the contact. Foul's going to be against Calderon. Actually, it's going to go against Paquette. Her second foul. Third team foul. As Watanabe shoots the three, no good. And Missler with the jumper down, she makes it. Coach Branham gets to play from Coach Scott. Calderon spin move, puts it up. Missler will get the board. And Branham get the steal. What an amazing defensive awareness by Mallory Branham. Cougars will have possession here. Bulldogs 53, Cougars 22. As Hummel will go inside now, left-handed layup. She gets the bucket and will draw the contact. It'll be Branham's first personal foul, as Hummel will convert the three-point play. 4:30 to go in the game. They go inside to Paquette, puts it up, no good. As Carr gets the board. And Howe will shoot the three, no good. Branham's over half court now for the Lady Bulldogs. 3:50 to play. They go inside to Mendoza, working against Hummel, spins around, puts it up, and she'll draw the contact. Mendoza will go to the line to shoot two. That'll be Hummel's second foul. Fourth team foul for the Cougars. As Blankenship checks back in. And Mendoza makes the second free throw. As Dowling Green will check in for Calderon. As it's now Hyman that checks in for the Cougars. Hummel will take it in for the bucket, and she gets it. Daisy Hummel. Bulldogs lead, cut to 27. Coach Blair will call a timeout. We'll be back with the final 3:26 to go in the game. You're listening to Allen Hancock College Women's Hoops. Allen Hancock College Athletics. Folks, we're back as there was a technical foul called against the Cuesta bench that sent Branham to the line for some free throws. And she'll miss the first. She'll make the first, miss the second. And it's going to be Lady Bulldog basketball. Mendoza dribbles left, puts it up, and nice right-handed layup by Maya Mendoza to wake up the crowd again. Lady Bulldogs lead is up to 30. Nice pass from Missler to Howe, but she misses it. Looks like Howe is going to go to the line to shoot 2. That'll be Dowling Green's second personal. And both teams will be in the bonus now as Howe makes the first. And she'll make the second as Beato will check in for Missler. Lady Bulldogs 57, Cougars 29 with 3 minutes left to go in the contest. Blankenship takes the jumper. It's blocked by Beato. She gets the ball back, though. Second effort. And Cuesta will finally gain possession. Hummel loses the ball. Passes the high man. And now Howe will take the jumper. Dowling Green with the board. She tries to find Blankenship. No good. As the Lady Bulldogs turn it over, and it'll be Cougar basketball. As Howe will inbound it to Highman. And Branham tries to go for the steal. She'll get called for her second personal. And Beata will go to the line. Mendoza will inbound for the Lady Bulldogs. They go inside to Mendoza. She posts up and gets the bucket. As Mendoza will have an opportunity for a three-point play. And Mendoza will miss the free throw. As Beato with the ball now. Howe for 3. Branham gets the board. Lady Bulldogs 59, Cougars 31 with just over 90 seconds to play. Cougars force a turnover. Howe with the jumper. No good. And Branham will get the board. Stay tuned with us for men's basketball following this contest as they host the men's Cuesta basketball team at 5 p.m. Mendoza back in the post. And she'll draw the contact again. 66 seconds left. That'll be Carr's third personal. And Mendoza will miss the first. And she'll make the second. Lady Bulldogs have hit the 60 mark. Their average is 67 points a game this season. So it'll be Cuesta basketball. Howe will be the inbounder. Now Beato takes the floating jumper, no good. Dowling Green gets the board. She'll slow things down, giving it Branham. And we're under a minute to play, folks. You could chalk this game up in the win column for the Lady Bulldogs as they'll go 17-7 on the season and 6-2 in the conference as Branham just hit the three and the crowd loves it. Not sure what we're waiting for, as the refs want to get everyone on the right side of the court. No full court press allowed. And we'll be back when we return to action here from Allen Hancock College. We're back for Lady Bulldog basketball. 30 seconds left to go. Lady Bulldogs up by 32. Shot clock has been turned off. Beato with the ball. And Howe will shoot the three, and she nets it. And we'll see you Wednesday, folks, as the Lady Bulldogs will host Moore Park College, another Western State Conference rival, as the Lady Bulldogs win by 29 points at home versus Cuesta College. Special thanks to our executive producer on the broadcast, Brian Dill. I'm Ernesto Casillas. Stay tuned for Game 2 in our series as the men will host Cuesta here shortly at 5 o'clock. We'll see you soon for more Bulldog basketball.